Hello and welcome to Bellcurve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Alolan Grimer Spiritomb deck, and these two actually work quite nicely together in that all the pieces that you use to get the Grimer up and going are actually all handy pieces that can contribute to the Spiritomb as well. So let's first of all check out the Alolan Grimer. What does he actually do? Well, for 2 colorless energies, Chemical Breath, 20 base damage, but does an extra 50 damage for each special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon. Now, the Alolan Grimer can now be powered up with Twin Energy, so it's just one energy attachment to be able to power up the Alolan Grimer, but we need ways to obviously boost its damage by getting special conditions affecting our opponent's active Pokemon. So to do that, we're comboing Mareep here with a Fluffy Pillow ability, so once during a turn we just may leave the opponent's active Pokemon asleep as long as Mareep's in the active, and of course the Garbodor's ability Poisonous Puddle, which has just been released, so once during our turn, as long as there's a stadium in play, we may leave our opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. So that contributes an extra 100 damage onto our Alolan Grimer, so it's hitting for 120. But of course, we've now got Disruption because our opponent's asleep, and we can make the most of that with Slumbering Forest. The Slumbering Forest leaves, like if they're asleep, they have to flip 2 heads to be able to get out of that special condition. So 75% of the time, they're going to be staying asleep, and we can build up those numbers over time. But what's really neat about this is not only we are like attacking with Alolan Grimer, we're setting up Spiritombs on the bench at the same time with the Building Spite, which has a damage cap usually of 220 with a Hustle Belt and everything like that if we maximize the damage counters onto the Spiritomb. But when we're attacking with our Spiritomb, we're often jumping into our Mareep first, leaving our opponent asleep. There's not as many stadiums that seem to be played at the moment, so Slumbering Forest is often in there to try and keep them asleep if we're not KOing them. And we're poisoning them, so we're actually lifting our damage cap as well, even higher with the Garbodor. So all those pieces just work with the Spiritomb as well to really just further boost Spiritomb's attack and further boost Spiritomb's deadliness in this little combination. So yeah, it's certainly a real fun combination to pull off, and both, you know, all the tools that we're using to power up Alolan Grimer work nicely with the Spiritomb as well. So let's get straight into these matches and check out the gameplay. Alright, starting the sheep is always good. Okay. This will be item lock. I seen this deck earlier, and it's a very annoying deck if it sets up. We need not that. Because I can't get out of the active, that's the problem. So we need Fluffy Pillow to hit. We need Slumbering Forest to stay hit. We need that down. We're going to hold. We are going to hold. Yes. Okay. I mean, they could have switches. No hand disruption, so Garbodor goes down here. Oh, are you serious? Ooh. What? Could you imagine? Imagine this, right? If this was Scoop Up Net instead. So attacking with Spiritombs is okay here if he gets his little combo off. Because they go down, then I can hit back straight away. So we want Spiritombs cooking. We basically want to go down on the turn coming to me with this deck. That's what we're really after. That Twin's a nice pull. It's a nice top deck. Get rid of this. Research the hand. We get a switch. We don't get any Spiritombs yet, which is really bad for us. So we're probably going to be item locked from next turn. And I don't have any ways around this item lock just the minute. The chances are we are item locked from next turn. If I can get that U-turn board down, that's huge. It's a big if. Item lock incoming. Marnie, okay, so definitely not getting a U-turn board down next turn. He's got his second line started, which is what he wants. We've got Spiritomb starting, which is what we want. Do you want to Marnie him? We do, right. We don't need any switches this turn. But we're going to be paralyzed from next turn. And item locked. Over to me, over to him. And the 70 HP is bad. As it means we KO back to him. And he puts us straight back into a lock. We're better off, right, attacking with Spiritomb here. That's what we're better off doing. So Spiritomb gets the KO. He item locks me and gets the KO on the way to me. And then I can get the Grimer KO back. But then I'm back in that same situation. If I'm using Grimer to get the KO, that's a problem. And this is the awkward part about this item lock. See, Tate and Liza would counter this. I wish I had Tate and Liza's in the deck for this matchup. So you'll see what I mean by, like, in a moment. So we got Power Plant to shut that off. That shuts off Mareep as well. Not Mareep. No, it doesn't, because it's only GXEX, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. What's this supporter? Move 3 from one of yours to opponents. Where's your damage counters? Okay, so he might be bricked. That's huge for us if he's bricked. Oh, he moved damage counters. That's interesting. You moved my damage counters. He's bricked though. So I'm not getting the KO here, but he could KO on the way back to me, which is huge. I kind of want to counter his stadium. I'm actually going to hold. I want to be able to counter his stadium drop, because him being able to search out evolution lines is really important to him. Super Scoop up. He's got that back. But it means I might not be an item lock for a turn. I can start getting a second Spiritomb cooking, which is massive. We need Spiritombs in this matchup. That's what we desperately want, is lots of Spiritombs in it. It's an interesting deck. Oh, he's got the Dustox. That's unfortunate. And I KO on the way back to him. Oh, he got exactly what he needed. But he's still bricked. And I get a turn of items. How many switches do I have left in deck? 2. Are they in my deck? Yes. Stuff it. This gives me one one deeper to dig. That's not what we're after. So I want to go and get Spiritombs. Is that what we want? I think so. So we get rid of that. We get rid of the board. Go and get Spiritomb. I've only got one more that we get to dig. Did not find what we needed. Who am I going to next? Probably Mareep. Going to Mareep next, right? It's a good chance that you go down here. Gotta hope those two don't unbrick him. If he gets the lock on him, I'm in a lot of trouble. It's a very interesting deck. If you want me to, like, nearly interested to see what it's like to play. So if you want me to play it, let me know in the comments. I'd like to put it together. At least put my take on it. So I think double Spiritomb's what we desperately need here. Are we synthing? We're synthing, right? I think so. I think that's right. Got to switch if he ever misses something. We can go and get Spiritomb back now, which I think we will. Because we're not going to get that any later. We've got Marnie. Putting this in deck isn't going to help in this matchup. But I have to. It's unfortunate that I do. Alright. So that's something I want back, the switch. Probably not, because I'm in item lock next. So we go get this. We go get Spiritomb out. We actually can't attack the Spiritomb here. We're going to be going down on the way back to him again. Assuming he has the combo. Which feels so bad. So assuming he has the combo, we go down the way back to him again. 70 HP is just cruel. But Oranguru is not great. He's got the super scoop up and he hits heads. But he can't get that straight away. He can get me item locked. And I'm only hitting 70 because I'm not going to be able to switch. So he's got me item locked. He's got a nice little combo here. He's not unbricked just yet. We definitely don't want a Marnie at the minute. We want you at 30. We're digging for that energy if we can find it. Your guys' energies. Primitive Wisdom doesn't really matter at the minute, I don't think. That's about, we can't play it anyway. We do whack this on. So you could potentially KO on the way back to me, but we're going to be paralyzed on the next turn, which is unfortunate. And we KO back on the way to him. Unless he's got a way to... I mean, he could retreat out, I guess. And I'm paralyzed, so it'd be smart to. But then he gives me items for a turn. So yeah, he'll retreat here to the Oranguru. Am I really moneying? I need a better supporter. I desperately need a better supporter. So he gives me items for a turn. Which I do have 2 switches in deck. I do have that. I'd ideally not like to money here. I think a Marnie could cost me the game. So I think Marnie is wrong. I really do think Marnie is wrong. Oh, Switch was in the top 7. I don't know if it was the next one though. But Marnie would have found that too. I want you on 3. Got such a bad choice. So I need to be able to switch. Those go on the bottom of his discard. Marnie would lose me the game because he put a Cynthia back. He put a scoop up back. So Marnie would actually lose me the game. It legit would. So I just have to accept that this goes down. Might as well poison him. Marnie would lose me the game. So we've got to hold. And hope he stays bricked. So we're in like a fingers crossed here that he stays bricked. We go Mareep up front. Hope he doesn't have a way to like... I mean, if he KOs this, he KOs this, I guess. I know he gets his top, but like, I just feel like Marnie loses me the game. Oh, he's got scoop up. I just can't afford to wait, can I? If I wait, I lose. If I don't wait, I lose. I've got to get these prize cards as quickly as possible. I've got to find ways into energies. Like, can you please, Oranguru, find me anything but money? Like, for support. That'll play. That'll play. I'll take that. That will play. So you go down the way back to me. I still don't want a Marnie. And it's okay for you to go down on the way back to me. So, Anguish Cry, take this out. 2 prizes to go. 2 prizes to go. We're probably going to be in a lock here. Oh, that probably tells me he doesn't have, like, he's not unbricked yet. Thank you so much, Oranguru. Oh, no. Now he's got Grovile up. But I'm probably going to have to Marnie here. But here's the thoughts, right? He takes out Spiritomb. Okay, that's fine. We're not in an item lock just the minute. We Marnie this turn. And we're looking for energies for this. So how many do I have? I've got 2 energies of them left. But I've also got Grimer as an option. So we just can't afford to go down on the way back to him, so we must get... Right now, we must get the Rainbow, yes. And then next turn, we need an energy card. That's it, just an energy card. So, Great Ball, we'll pull Trubbish out so we can get rid of it. Oh wait, we can't get rid of it. I haven't got anything to get rid of it. I thought I had something to get rid of it. What we want is have yourself a hustle belt. Well done. We want this energy to you. Is fine, right? Right. Right? Yeah. Alright. Primitive Wisdom. I mean, go back in. See what we get this turn. Twin. That's a really good card to have sitting in hand. So we'll Fluffy Pillow him because we can. Spiritomb. Alright. We're close. We're close. Now, what would he need? Hand Disruption. So a Marnie would be brutal, which I know he does have in his deck. So Marnie's a brutal. He can't actually... He can't get to another one of them straight away, can he? No, he can't. Okay, Marnie, we avoided that, so now Stamp. But he can't actually get to his, whatever you call them, Dustox. I think we're home. I'm trying to go through in my head what can stop me. And right now, I don't think there's anything that can stop me. Yeah, we're home. We're there. Alright, we had to think right through that one. I got completely... I have to admit, the first time I played against that, and I played against it earlier, I got completely owned with this deck because I did not know what I was playing against. And he had me in the lock, and I just couldn't do anything about it. But there you go, that's like a Cryogonal item lock. If you want to see me put that together, obviously I can't even get a deck list even if I wanted to, but if you want to see me put that together, just let me know in the comments, because it looks like a bit of fun to play. So, alright, we've got our sheep, that's good. Not a bad starting hand, really. And a mulligan from our opponent. How kind of them. Earringing Bell with lightning energies. The Earringing Bell could be a pain. Pokemon Center. I did not like seeing Pokemon Center. It's cheating. Okay, Mark EVV. So we'll quickly do this. Do this. Grab Spiritomb. Start cooking a Spiritomb. That feels pretty good to me. And I'm thinking here we'll get rid of a research, get a Trubbish. So the only thing we don't have going for us yet is a Rangaroo. That's fun. Hopefully we can get that down on the next turn. Drop a Stadium? I think so. Just make things as awkward as possible. And second Grimer down. I think so. I think it's the play, actually. Maybe I should just drop second Grimer straight away. Just in case a Marnie hit, but we don't have money. We've got Poke Kid for a Boltund. I feel like there's better supporters than Poke Kid. Oh, he's still asleep. That's good. Alright, I'm going to drop a Lowland Grimer, and we're going to Cynthia because I want to keep switches. Just I've seen what he's got in his hand. And I also want to keep Stadium so we can win the Stadium battle. No energy cards to speak of just yet, which feels bad. We're going to Great Ball first. Hopefully find ourselves a Garbodor, which is beautiful. So at least we can get some damage. Unless, of course, the Oranguru does us a solid one here. And gets us an energy card. No energy cards. Alright. Well. I kind of want to make sure the sheep doesn't go down here. But I don't really want to sit in anything else. Oh, the sheep's probably going down here. That feels bad. So I don't get him to sleep, which means we're probably looking at Spiritomb for the next one. If he doesn't have a counter stadium, this is okay. Of course. I mean, at least we get rid of that. Spiritomb's actually really set up nicely here, so we'll go Spiritomb down. We'll get rid of that stadium immediately. What we can actually do here quite nicely is we can get ourselves another sheep. So that's fine. Alright, we've got ourselves a sheep. That onto you, switch here. Research. Alright, finally get an energy. It looks like we are... Oh, I needed Mew. I lose my Spiritomb here because I can't attack with it. Unless Oranguru does me a solid and gets me a... No. That's unfortunate. Oh well. We'll just go to Grimer. I mean, he's going to get out of the active again. That's one upside. But we could go down 2 prize cards here, which would be devastating. Plus I know that there's Pokemon Center Lady in like this deck. I need to prioritize getting Mew. It's got the switch, unfortunately. Oh wow. Lots of healing for it. But just an Electrify. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I kind of need to get Mew down. I kind of thinking we guarantee the supporter for next turn, so we guarantee a Marnie. Am I looking at like Fishing Rod here? I've only got a sheep, so no. I reckon we will guarantee the Marnie just a minute. Or we hold. Maybe we hold. Because he did just use quite a few resources there. I think we hold for a turn. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, Grimer goes down, we get a Mew. So that's the next priority, is getting a Mew. He's got the switch, he gets the double KO. It's unfortunate, should have manied. We're burning resources at least, but we desperately need that Mew. And I mean desperately. So we Alolan Grimer down here. We need a... I don't money for a fresh hand. I need Twin. Anything other than Twin isn't good enough. Oh, that's not good enough. I don't want to Dead-Eye this hand. Hitting 120 isn't enough. So we're two-shotting at best. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go in with Spiritomb, stuff it. Change of plans here. Possibly shouldn't have done what I did before, but oh well. We'll drop the Spiritomb back. They'll just get the Spiritomb back, which we don't really need. So Fluffy Pillow. And for the moment, we're just going to attack in with this Spiritomb. Get the chip damage that we need. After we, of course, wait for our internet to catch up. Alright, so it stays asleep, so that's good. So note from the more Pico V matchup that we need Mew. So it's something to note for future whenever we come up against this. We unfortunately lost our Hustle Belt, but we do get into Draw Sporters, which is really good. It's keeping this more Pico V max alive pretty well. Stays asleep for us. So we do have options here. I think we just go with the Cynthia. See, this is where I wanted to actually have it on this guy, because losing this guy is not as big a deal. Build Spite, not to build Spite. Build Spite here. We need to switch to get the KO, don't we? Because we're hitting 100. Yeah. Might as well just see what's coming next. Slumbering Forest, alright. Well, Chemical Breath just gets the numbers that we need. And we finally catch up in prize cards, but my opponent only needs 3 more and is going to get a KO here. We'll get a knockout here most likely, and then it's just going to come down to whatever is on the bench that I've got to get through. Yeah. Alright. So my bench is safe at the moment, but I still feel like I need to set up with Mew if I can. Hit Mew. Nope. I think Alolan Grimer's best. I really want to find Mew. There's nothing that can really ping my bench right now that's a big deal. Alright. I'm going to hold this hand. And we're gonna hit him with a Lowland Grimer. Build Spite 1. Kinda wish I had Mew down, but what can you do? Chemical Breath. We can axe this whole hand if we need to on the next turn. Oh, I probably should have played around Reset Stamp. Alright, we got there. Alright, so that matchup we get Mew. That's what we learned out of that. Alright, we will start Spiritomb up front. It could have been better going second if I knew Spiritomb was going. Maybe this is a go second deck, you know? As we can probably consistently get a hit of 70 off. Especially since it's going to be using... How close are we getting turn 1 KO? Oh, turn 2 KO. Are we close from getting that turn 2 KO? Means we can't quick ball. We hit 160, don't we? Not 170. 160, yeah. So we don't have turn 2 KO. We will end your attach here though. And pass. I mean, attach this Pokemon. Ultimately, if he leaves Reshiram in the active, he loses it. So, ultimately, this works fine for me. And this does not do too much for me. Alright, so this works fine. So, we'll build some Spite here. Oh, we need to find a Stadium card, though. That's something we are desperately looking for, so... We'll go and get ourselves Grimer. And then go and get ourselves a Stadium card. Or whiff on the Stadium card. That seems fun. Do we want to go Dead-Eye down? I actually am going to go Dead-Eye down here. Just because I really want that Stadium card. And we still whiff on the Stadium card. Alright, well, plan B, put him to sleep. Leave Spiritomb cooking in the background. Because we're not one-shotting here, so we'll grab that out. We'll then retreat to Grimer and just hit for a 70. So he stays asleep, alright. We might lose Spiritomb by pulling that Spiritomb out when I think about it. It was like one of those things though, if he KOs this, then we want to just drop Spiritomb Hustle Belt straight down. But we've got a nice big attacker that's building. It's going to burn me. It's a little bit meh. That could be handy in this deck. Oh, do we really want to research away? Probably not, because hitting 70 more is just not enough. We're going to need to... We can go get these back. Don't stress. We can get these back. Or at least once. So we still miss on the Stadium card, believe it or not. Believe it or not, we are still missing on the Stadium card. We're only playing 4 of them. That's all we're playing. I kind of want to leave Spiritomb. So we'll just hit 70. Whatever happens, happens here. Ah, it's unfortunate. So this goes down. This is what it is. Only because we whiffed on the Stadium card, despite seeing over half our deck and having 4 copies of it. Got any Manly Retreat? That's interesting. Well, that's the GX attack gone. That suits me because I can get quite a big hit on that. Breakizard. So I'm perfectly fine with that, to be honest. Run a little switch. Fluffy pillow him. We don't want to research and we don't want to money. Do we want to research? Trying to get a stadium card. Keeping him asleep is pretty powerful here. Not needing to attack with the Spiritomb is pretty powerful here. We'll drop Oranguru back in deck. We'll pull our sheep out because we don't want our sheep. Do we want our Mew in this matchup? Maybe. Alright, research. I kind of like having Marnies, but we got more Marnies. Burning through this deck as quickly as we can. We still don't find a stadium. Are you kidding me? So that... Do I have 20 stadiums prized? Like, are they in the deck? Let's now actually have a look. So they're not in the top 5 of the deck or whatever this is. Top 7 either. So either I've got 4 stadiums in the bottom 9 cards of my deck, or I've prized all my stadiums. Okay, how do I handle this? I think we do just attack with a Lowland Grimer, right? Right. He's hitting 70. He's still asleep. We don't have switch out. But I want to keep... It's be a lot easier if I hit a stadium card. How many switches do I still have? Not many. I think we attack with the Spiritomb here. While we've got the opportunity to. And then we Anguish Cry. Hit for 220. He stays asleep, which is good for us. I actually can't believe we are this far into our deck and we still haven't found a stadium. So he's probably going to retreat here so he can go and get whatever 3 cards he wants. Which is where Marnie would have been nice. Got 2 Grimers ready to go. So I actually think nearly a Oranguru here. Although building a Spiritomb up is really nice. What's a Oranguru getting me? Probably not a lot. I mean, it's a nice thing to have, but we've thinned our deck pretty well. We're a long way down into it. We get rid of the Breakzard here. We can just start cooking up another Spiritomb. We need our Rod to be able to get back our Hustle Belts, well, at least one of them, to have another big hitter at some point. So I think that's what we're doing. I better find a stadium. Like, let's actually find out how many stadiums are in this deck right now. 2, so 2 of them are prized. It doesn't really matter because we're shuffling this hand back in. Alright, so we got the Rod. Do I want to do that now? I think so. There's no reason not to. Go and grab ourselves the Spiritomb and the Hustle Belt back. We finally have a stadium card, but we're not going to use it just yet. Because we're taking the KO here anyway, so yeah, we don't need to use the stadium just on this turn. So we'll retreat to our Grimer here, and we'll Chemical Breath, take out the Break Sub. Unfortunately, not only 3 cards he wanted. We could probably get another stadium card. Nope. We are dodging stadium cards as hard as possible. Maybe we should have chucked a Slumbering Forest down. Maybe that's the thing we should have done rather than trying to oust his stadium. Maybe that was a bit cute. Because otherwise I could be in the issue again of I don't have a stadium here to be able to use Garbodor's ability. Alright, so we do have a stadium we can oust. Alright, Slumbering Forest down. And do we want to switch out? To get the KO, we do have to switch out, don't we? So we'll build this up, build some spite. This is our last switch for the game. That's fun. Fluffy Billet. Poisonous Puddle. And then retreat to Grimer. Take the KO here. Chemical Breath. Oh, he woke up too. That'll probably be a stadium. Okay, so those two top prize cards are stadiums. They're Slumbering Forests. So any KO I get from this point forward will get me a Slumbering Forest. Oh, Blaine's Last Stand. That is nuts. You got that many fire Pokemon in play. Well, he only had 4, I guess. So we've got reach to a lot of the rest of our deck with the Professor's Research. And Marnie can like dig, if I want to go that way, dig a lot of the rest of the deck out as well. Like that I don't have in hand currently. So perfect draws are coming. We'll need 1 prize card after this, a Nasty Plot. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of Macago, but anyway. What we'll do is we'll now Marnie on this turn. Let's see if I can pull something out. Pull Mew, because we might get rid of that. No, we'll get rid of the Trubbish, actually. Get rid of the Trubbish. Oranguru, I feel like it's not something that we want. Getting these two is okay. Oh, we'll just want the energies and the hustle belts. That's really what we're looking for off this Marnie. We'll Slumbering Forest down. And we'll now run the Marnie. There we go. I mean, you had your Macago into Ordino. And it is time to wrap this video up and give you my overall thoughts about the deck. Now, this deck itself, I really had a lot of fun with, and I was really surprised by how consistent it was to be able to get this thing up and going. I mean, not relying on too many evolution chains, we've only got the Garbodor that we're really trying to evolve, and just having 1 Energy Attachment Basics as our primary attackers just make this super efficient, super effective to get up and going. And yeah, we loved how much, to be honest, the pieces that we were using to power the Grimer actually helped our Spiritomb. And it helped our Spiritomb in a couple of ways. It obviously helped our Spiritomb when we were actually attacking with him, because we could get our opponent asleep, which was a bit more disruption. Which if we were having to 2-shot with our Spiritomb, you know, those big Pokemon VMAXs, things like that. Having that Mareep down with a Slumbering Forest, so they're having to coin flip a couple of times to even just wake up. Together with some poison to ramp up the damage just that little bit higher, can just spare your Spiritomb and just make it more awkward, or force your opponent to burn more resources to take down this 1 prize card attacker. But there was a second thing I really liked about this little combo as well, in that Spiritomb's deadlier the longer that you can have it down for. So if you're attacking with your Grimers early, that buys time to be able to get your Spiritombs built up, to be able to get the most damage out of our Spiritombs later on into the match. So yeah, I really like the little combination, the little synergy that there is between the pieces that we're using to power Grimer with the Spiritomb itself. So in terms of rating, I'm now going to rate these decks with how much I enjoyed playing them. So if you missed my last video or the end of it, I'm now going to bring this rating back, but it's going to be about how much I enjoy playing a deck, not necessarily how powerful is a deck, because obviously my channel is about playing with cards that other people may not necessarily play with, and yeah, building up, I will bring meta decks here and there, but I like playing with decks that are just different, and I get a lot more of enjoyment building up a deck that other people don't necessarily play. So yeah, it's an enjoyment rating rather than a competitive rating. So to give you some perspective of that, what would I rate a 10? A 10 out of 10 for me would be like a Zapcat, particularly the Zapcat before last rotation. Probably not the Zapcat I just brought to the channel updated, but the Zapcat before last rotation. I had such a blast with that deck, where if I was to look at a meta-relevant deck, say Piggerom, which is just absolutely everywhere, like, don't be wrong, it's a fantastic deck, tier 1 clearly, and if you enjoy playing that, great, go and play it. It's a great deck. You'll have a great time with it and win a lot of matches. But for me, that deck now, whilst I enjoyed it early, has become a little bit stale. I've seen it before. I've seen it played over and over again. It's a little bit meh. So I'd probably give that like a 5 out of 10 if I was to play that right now. So that's to give you some perspective of my rating scale. Now, this particular deck, to wrap this up, absolute blast to play. I actually really enjoyed this, and I was pleasantly surprised by just how synergistic the pieces were with the Spiritomb. Super efficient. If you've got these pieces, I recommend throwing them together and giving it a crack, because you'll have a good fun time playing this deck, and I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 for my enjoyment rating of the deck. So that wraps this video up. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and I will catch you in the next one.